Some of you guys may have guessed it, but we got a Honda Fit, baby. So this is a 2007 Honda Fit with 183,000 miles. As you saw in the title, or if you're following on Instagram, you would know that this is our first ever car giveaway. I posted a poll on Instagram. A ton of you guys responded. You were super excited about it. There was a bunch of different options, and this is the car that stuck out the most out of all the vehicles. There was turbocharged Hondas, there was high horsepower cars, there was modified cars, a wide variety, a RAV4, but you guys overall seemed like you really wanted to win this Honda Fit right here. And we're gonna show you guys around your new car in today's video. So super excited to jump into this. We'll show you guys all around it, and we'll show you a little bit later in the video how you guys can get entered to win this car. Super easy. First things first, we gotta wash the outside, make it look a little bit better, and pull it back in. Got a rough draft on the outside. It is cleaned up. It's still drying off a little bit, but you can kind of see it a little bit better. It looks a lot cleaner already just with a basic wash. And there's a lot of exterior things that need to be touched, and we're going to be tackling these one by one, cleaning up this car the best I possibly can for you guys before it transfers ownership to one of you. The Honda Fit with the B92P, I think it is, color code, which is a Nighthawk Black Pearl, which is actually a really cool color. If it was buffed out, you can see kind of the metallic flake. It's seen better days. We obviously have to restore the headlights. We're gonna try to buff it and make it look really good. We also do a tint job. I'll show you guys the process of all this stuff. But as you might have seen as well, the lift is now working finally. So we're gonna take this car up in the air, show you guys underneath it, and we'll do a little check over together, because honestly, I haven't had up in the air yet. So let's put it up on there and check it out. Turn our power on for our lift. We got our raise button, lower button, and the safety lock that works on the air that we got hooked up to the compressor here, and everything should be working now. Benpack was an absolute nightmare to work with. This thing took forever to figure out and sent out like 3 different faulty consoles, just an absolute pain in the neck. So guys, just take with that information what you will. Let's go up. It like aggressively smacks the crap out of the bottom of the car, but should be good there. Lower it down onto the locks. Show you guys what we're looking at here. And everything is actually like bone dry. Look at this. Not a leak in sight. Of course, a little surface rust being a Northeast car, but you know, everything is very dry. You know, nothing really stands out to me. All the linkages feel tight. Everything is actually in really good condition. This car was well maintained. Everything works as it should, works really nice. Catalytic converter still intact. O2 sensors working. Muffler is good. Nothing is rusted out, which is also a very good sign. Super clean back here. Brakes are good. So this car is actually in such good shape. The only thing that's wet down under here is the water from driving it in the rain and giving it a quick wash. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty stinking good down here. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, bone dry, not a drip on this thing. You guys know that you're getting a car that's gonna last you, and as long as you keep up on regular maintenance, this thing will no problem hit 250, maybe even 300,000 miles if you take good care of it. They also have a hitch, attachment. I think I'm just gonna leave that on so you guys can use that if you want. And when it's down on the ground, it's pretty much out of sight. I'm super stoked about that. Now we can just work on the cosmetics, a couple maintenance items, and making this thing look good for you guys. So you guys saw underneath this thing, I wanted to be super transparent with you. Now that that's out of the way, we're gonna bring it back down and address the next item. So the first, if you wanna call it modification, is to remove this front license plate bracket. Whether the state requires it or not is up to you if you wanna do this. So I'm not recommending it if your state requires it, but we're gonna remove this license plate bracket. I think a clean front bumper makes a huge difference on any car. So let's go ahead and take this thing off. We just have 3 10mm bolts. Most times it doesn't look too ugly under here, but overall, you're pretty much almost always better off without a front plate on your car. But I will be keeping this thing in the trunk if you guys want to throw it back on when you win this car. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Does this, ew, a bunch of crap just dropped out on me. Is this a mod that you guys do to your cars, or are you a nerd and leave your front plate on? Let me know. Oh, there's a bunch of crap up under there. I mean, look at that, right off the bat, super simple, free modification to the car. Just deleting stuff like that, that's an eyesore, makes a huge difference. It'll really tie it together when it's down on the ground. It looks a little like a minivan up in the air right now, but it's just with that first little, very simple modification, car is already looking a lot better. While the car is up in the air, it's a good test for you guys too at home. If you take the tire at 3 and 9, just jack it up a little bit, put it in the air, and you grab here and you shake left and right. If there's any abnormal wobble there, that can tell you that you might have bad tie rods or wheel bearing. And then you can grab here at 12 and, what is this? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can grab here at 12 and 6 and shake up and down like that. And that's gonna tell you if you have bad control arm bushings, upper or lower. So just a simple test that you guys can do at home for free to see if your car is in tip-top shape. So this one, thankfully, is perfect. And there is no crazy wobble or anything loose going on here. So don't miss out, get entered to win this 180,000 mile 2007 Honda Fit with 5-speed manual. Super fun, it's gonna be an awesome daily. $5, every $1 spent gets you 1 entry. So go check out the first link in the description, get entered today, and take advantage of our 5 times multiplier today only. So every $5 you spend gets you 25 entries instead of just 5 entries. That's gonna increase your odds by a lot. Go buy a bunch of those digital downloads, get some pretty awesome odds into winning this awesome daily Honda Fit. $5 gets you entered. You can sell it, you can give it to your friend, give it to your mom, give it to your little brother for his first car. Don't miss out, get entered. Help support us, what we do here, so we can do more of these. Appreciate you guys' support. Let's jump back into making this thing awesome for you guys. Also, please check out the rules for the giveaway on the site itself. So I hope you guys can start to see this vision. The car's only had a car wash and removed the front plate bracket so far. I'm just going around and assessing everything that I'm gonna need to make this car good enough for where I think it will be to give to you guys. We got a couple awesome things planned as I'm going around it. I'm texting some contacts, and I got some cool people to help out, a couple cool partners. I gotta run out to the local auto store, grab a couple more parts. I'll bring them back and show you guys what we're gonna tackle next. Guys, I have a little confession to make. It is day 2 working on this car, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit too comfy in here. This is the dream daily, so you know we're using it like a day daily. Well, I promise this is all gonna get cleaned up as soon as I pull the car in, and we got a bunch of stuff I'm gonna show you guys. All of this right here was about $100. Everything that we're doing on this car, I'm gonna show you guys, you know, cheap and efficient ways that are really effective to clean up your car, realistic and affordable to anyone and everyone. So everything here was $100. So we're gonna start up with this Headlight Lens Restorer by Turtle Wax. I absolutely love this stuff. No tools required whatsoever. Very simple, does a really good job, and it was about $15. So let's get the car up on the lift and we'll restore these nasty headlights. So here is the befores with the headlights. You guys are gonna be blown away by how these turn out. And I know you're probably gonna wanna go and pick up one of these headlight resto kits for yourself. So check this out. I'll show you exactly how to do it, how to use this kit, the steps that I take. And man, I just gotta say, that is amazing to be able to just pull this car up in the air and work on it at eye level. And it makes for better content for you guys, and it makes my back a little bit less sore at the end of the day. So thank you guys for supporting and allowing me to do stuff like this with a lift and work on cars like that we're giving away for you. This is amazing. So let's jump into this headlight restoration. Here's the kit, everything it comes with, super simple. Start out with step number 1. You're gonna need the number 1 pad here, set that aside, and the spray lubricant, boom. So first things first, we're gonna tape off. Step 2, take your spray lubricant and take your number 1 pad. We're gonna spray. You wanna keep this headlight lubricated the whole entire time when you're sanding it. So this, technically, we're just wet sanding these headlights. Spray the whole thing down, and then take your number 1, and you're gonna wanna kinda cross hatch. Just lightly sand until you see a pretty good haze. I would say count to about 30 to 45 with sanding back and forth, going a sideways motion for the first pass, and then go up and down on the second pass, and keep doing that over and over for about 30 to 45 seconds. We're gonna do this 1 through 4. So I'm gonna put this on a time lapse. Then you're gonna take a clean microfiber cloth and wipe the whole headlight down. So you can see most of the yellow is out of the headlight, and you're gonna see a nice haze over the whole entire headlight. That's exactly what you wanna see at this point. Here's where you start to see things take shape. Take a clean side of your microfiber, and you're gonna wanna take your lens clarifying compound. I would draw a line on your microfiber like this, and then just like tap it around on the headlight. Now use your microfiber cloth to just buff the whole headlight. Let it dry, and just push real hard and wipe all of that buffing compound off. But the important part is to protect it so that it doesn't happen again. The lens base coat wipe and the lens sealing wipe. And then honestly, I only use the lens sealing wipe because the base coat wipe seems to make it really smeary. So I just use this sealing wipe, we'll seal it up, and then we'll finish up there. Man, these things turned out insane. Check out the before and after. Now we're gonna try to tackle this little dent in the bumper here. All we're gonna wanna do is heat up this area, not too hot, go down to the bottom. And once it's heated up, I'm gonna push on it, and I'm gonna hold it for about a minute so that once it cools down, it'll stay in its original shape back again. Take your hand and just push out, and then hold it there for a few seconds. Boom, just like that, it is popped out. Make sure you guys use insulated glove like this Worth one here, because the back of that plastic will get really hot. Little indent still there, but it's a lot better than what it was. Up next, we're gonna try to tackle some of the faded plastics with this Chemical Guys VRP. Check this stuff out, guys. That is the after, it's still drying up, but that is the before. This stuff is absolutely insane. We're gonna apply some here to this front grille, see how it does on this. Before and after is completely visible. This VRP stuff, I'm telling you, makes a huge difference. It almost looks like we just painted it black, but without all of that hassle. That looks so good. And we're gonna go over to the other faded trims here on the mud flaps. We're gonna do all 4 of these now with this VRP stuff as well. Up next, we're gonna attempt to tackle getting rid of this sticker here, and also this stuff right here, which was duct tape holding on the bumper at one point. So we got the majority of it off. Now we're gonna take the adhesive remover that we got here. Bada bing, bada boom, gone. Look at that, just like that. Some heat and a trim tool and a little bit of label and sticker remover, and that is virtually gone. Now we're gonna move on to the duct tape spot, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'll show you guys how this comes off. It should come off pretty smooth. Here we go. Okay, it's not 100%, but we got all of that tape off. That took way longer than I expected and a lot more tools than I expected. What ended up being the solution was some lacquer thinner and a microfiber and a little bit of heat. We made a ton of progress on the fit today. I'm gonna have to catch you guys in the next clip when we're gonna start on the paint correction. All right, so it is the next day and a little update for you guys. I had my paint correction guy out here this morning and he said that I would be better off doing this car on my own. So I'm gonna show you guys the process, show you how affordable it can actually be, and you can get some pretty awesome results for cheap. The professionals are turning this car down, so this is what happens when that happens to you, and you guys gotta take matters into your own hands. So check it out. No shade to you, bro, for coming out and giving me the assessment this morning. I appreciate that. But let's jump into what we're using. We already got the whole driver's side pretty much done off camera. I'm gonna show you guys the process on the passenger side. Let's check out the current condition. You can see it is lacking any type of shine here. Looks really brutal. You can see the light on that, and this whole side is the same thing. Obviously, minus the dents and the scratches where the paint is missing, but you can see how absolutely disgusting this side looks. We're gonna clean this up as best we possibly can, but check this out. This fender came out really nice. Door came out good. There's still a scratch here that we couldn't get out that was too deep, but the back door came out really nice. Back bumper and the trunk were also done. It looks better than it did. Obviously, you have a bunch of scratches where the paint is missing, but that's okay. We're gonna take the touch-up pen for that kind of stuff. The other side looks real nice. Let's make this side match. So here's everything that we're using, all super cheap. This buffer right here alone is about $17. You can find one of these very similar at Harbor Freight. We're using some Meguiar's 205 Ultra Finishing Polish. We got a microfiber and some microfiber towels, and then we got a clay bar kit. So everything here, I'm gonna take a guess and say maybe around 50 bucks, you know, give or take a couple dollars. You're just gonna simply soak the whole surface and then make sure you touch every part of that panel with the clay bar, just like this. Take your buffer and your 205. I like to do like 5 dimes on here. Spread it around your whole panel before starting, and then these cheap buffers have 1 speed, so turn it on. Then we're gonna go on a cross-hatch pattern side to side, and then up and down. Doesn't need to be too specific. And then just take a microfiber and you're just gonna clean it off. And you're about to see some pretty awesome results. Here we go. There it is, just 1 pass, and that looks infinitely better. You can see the difference there. That is before, nasty, really dirty. Check it out. Right there, before and after. Before, after. Looks way better, and you can actually start to see that beautiful blue metallic and pearls shine through on this color now that it's buffed out. So this was probably amazing from factory. So I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse, and we're gonna crank out this door and this door. Guys, the car is turning out absolutely amazing. Up close, obviously you can see a lot of imperfections that we just can't get out of the paint that are etched in. But with just a 1-stage paint correction, this car came a long way. Super excited on the results with this. And the fact that I did it myself. I was gonna pay someone to do it, but just doing stuff yourself is so rewarding. And learning this process was definitely very enjoyable. Although it's not a professional job, I DIY'd it, and I think it turned out way better than I expected. So really excited about that. We're gonna move on to the next step, which is the paint touch-up pen. So here's a couple clips of what you can do with a touch-up pen. Something like this with a quick fix that can be able to blend it in a little bit better to make your daily look that much better and really clean up a car. So let's get the touch-up pen and touch up a couple things around the vehicle. Day 4 working on this car, paint correction is done, headlight restoration is done, and we're making a lot of progress. We got my boy Pedro here working on the tint for this car. The tint is going to be super beneficial for you guys in the winters and the summers to keep it hot, to keep it cool, and also give you guys some privacy. We're going to do all the windows here in 20%. I think that's going to look real nice, especially on this black color here. And then if you guys want to remove the front windows when you get the car, you can do that, whatever you're comfortable with. Pedro's dripped out in the simple clothing merchandise, baby. Let's go. You already know? Looks good. Let's see the back. Let's see the back. Woo-hoo-hoo. But go get into simpleclothing.co. You can win this car and you get a super awesome piece of merchandise like this, or use the $5 entry option. So if you do want to try to tackle this yourself, which honestly I recommend you don't, because I've seen some nightmare jobs with tinting. But Pedro, what are the couple steps that they should know if they want to try to do this themselves?
I like to start out with a nice little razor blade. Going through each window, making sure that there's nothing on here. And then right before I finish, I like to go right at the edge. A little squeegee, get all the dirty water out of here to the corners. Real nice. Gonna further knock everything out, or at least knock it down to the top, and then I'll roll it back up when that's done, and then I'll work the bottom out. So the next step would be clay barring. It's pretty much picking up everything that you just knocked loose.
All right, so what we did is, sprayed it down and then laid it out on the outside. You cut it to shape, and now we're gonna swap it to the inside?
Correct.
Cool. The car is a little bit wet because we had to run out and it is raining, but this car turned out insane with the tints. Pedro, you absolutely killed it, bro, like always. This car is making a very fast transformation. I'm super stoked on how it's turning out. Here's how it looks so far. Realized I didn't really show you guys too much of the interior at all. So let me see if I can get a light in here and show you guys how clean the interior is. So as you can see, super clean, no rips or tears. But other than just a detail, this thing needs nothing. Everything works. The heat works really good. AC works really good. Defrost works. I've been using that for the rain the past couple days. Radio works. So the interior is very clean. Shifter feels nice. New clutch. I wanted to put this in here real quick too. Do you guys want to see a short shifter? Should I leave the stock shifter, or should I do like a hybrid racing short throw shifter in here? They're about 500 bucks, but if you guys want the stock over the upgraded short shifter, that's fine. I know there's adjustments on the short shifter, but let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because I won't buy it if you guys don't want it. If you guys want stock, let me know, but if you want the hybrid short shifter, let me know as well. It is a little dark back here, but you can see the seats are very clean in the back, ton of room in there. Also, I just realized the other day that these do this, like that, and it has this bar here, and that locks the seat up just like that. So if you guys are using this for your workhorse, you got a ton of space back here now. Like this, and then it locks back down into place. Trunk shocks work like magic. Super big trunk. It's Show you guys under here. Here is your little 1.5 liter single overhead cam, 16 valve, 4-cylinder VTEC baby, with that generates 109 horsepower. Let's go. So of course with this thing's extreme good looks, you have all the show and none of the go. But I mean, you can walk around and pop the hood and showcase this VTEC engine cover right here. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? This thing was well taken care of and needs absolutely nothing, like I said before. We are far from finished with this build. We have a ton of awesome parts that are still yet to go on this thing, including new wheels and tires, coilovers, front lip, exhaust. So that is some stuff you guys can look forward to in this Honda Fit series before we give it away to one of you. It has cleaned up so much in the past couple days, and I'm super excited to be building this one for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Wouldn't be able to do this without you, and I cannot wait to give back to one of you and hopefully change your life. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's something that could mean transportation for someone that might have not had it. It could be a new daily, so you don't have to worry about bringing your prized possession everywhere you go. If you win it and you don't need it, give it to your mom, give it to your brother, give it to your son, your aunt, your grandmother. It would mean the world to me if you showed your support and got entered. It is only $5 to enter, or you can buy anything on the site, and that's gonna give you an entry per dollar spent on the website. But $5 per entry, you can check it out on the site. It's gonna be a digital download, and that's gonna get you entered the easiest way. Do not forget, we're doing 5 times bonus multiplier today only, so get entered now. 5 times multiplier. If you buy one $5 digital download, that gets you 25 entries. So that is going to increase your chances a ton. If you guys did enter your email for the one free entry, you have odds of winning, but they may be a lot lower compared to some people that are going to spend a couple dollars on the site. That's going to help me to do these, help support this so that we can make this one successful and we can do more of these so that we can give away cars for you guys that are entry level. Nothing crazy. You guys see a lot of giveaway companies out there, but I'm trying to do it a little bit differently, you know, keeping it a simple build and a budget build that you guys can actually afford to drive around every day, afford the gas on, afford the insurance. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm super excited for this series. Please go check out the website, see if you like anything. If you do, get entered and you could win a super awesome little Honda Fit. So thanks again. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys in the next video.